I remember I met with when I was vice president, they had me go down to spring training, and it turned out it was the Yankees, and my head Secret Service agent, who now runs NBC's security, wore Red Sox socks, and he pulled up his pants a little bit so everybody could see him. And when A-Rod gave me a bat, he told me, he said he's not going to let me put it in the car. And I don't know. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good to see you. Spence, all of you.
Good to see you.
Janet, how are things up in Maine?
Great, Mr. President. Sorry, am I muted?
You're unmuted now. Hi, Tim.
Good.
How are you? I know Minnesota's great, but it can't be as nice a weather as there is in Mexico now, is there? So, anyway, you all are nice to take the time.
Always summer.
Yeah. Well, I'm just waiting for them to tell me when we get going here, since we're live streaming this.
You're good.
Oh, ready to go? Okay. Well, first of all, hi, everybody. It's good. I'm supposed to look over here, not at you guys. But we got 6 governors with us today, Democrats and Republicans, and they're meeting the moment. Governor Mills of Maine, Governor DeWine of Ohio, Governor Cox of Utah, Governor Walz of Minnesota, Governor Baker of Massachusetts, and Governor Lujan Grisham of Mexico. And it's great to connect with you all. You know, last week I provided an update on where we were with our vaccination program and what comes next. And I said our goal by July the 4th is to have 70% of adult Americans with at least one shot and 160 million Americans fully vaccinated. And that's a pretty huge goal, I acknowledge that, but you've done a remarkable job. But if we succeed, we're going to be able to take a serious step toward the return to normalcy by Independence Day, which is a goal that was not arbitrarily, but based on talking to the docs, thought if we did what we had to do, we could meet. And there's a lot of work to do, though, to get there, but I believe we can get there. And part of the reason I'm so confident is because of your leadership, the governors, and your partnership with us. The governors with us today and their counterparts have been instrumental in helping us make progress and more quickly than anyone would have thought. Working together, we delivered over 220 million shots in my first 100 days, well beyond anyone's expectations, but because of their cooperation. And today, more than 150 million Americans have gotten at least one shot. Over 115 million Americans are fully vaccinated. Nearly 85% of people, 65 and over have gotten at least one shot. And whether it's a red state or a blue state, black, white, Latino, AAPI, Americans from every walk of life are getting their vaccines. We got more to do, though. Now cases and hospitalizations and deaths are all down. Tens of thousands of moms and dads, brothers and sisters, grandparents, neighbors, friends are still with us who I believe whom would have otherwise we would have lost but for the work of these governors. And millions of Americans are starting to live life more normally after more than a year of sacrifice. And I know everybody's tired of hearing me say this online here, but it isn't Democratic progress or Republican progress, it's American progress. And now we've got to take the next step together. I know every week you meet with Jeff Zients, who's here with me, and you go through it, and I've had a chance to meet with the Governor's Conference and others, but we decided from the very beginning, as you all remember, that how many govs did you speak with in the last, just today?
Well, today we had our weekly call, so I hope most governors attend that call, which is great.
And but the point is that we know we want to get something done. It's all about governors and mayors and county executives. It's all local. It's on the street. And to meet the goal that I set last week, we need to accomplish 3 things in my view. One, we have to make it easier and more convenient for all Americans to get vaccinated, and you're busting your neck doing that. 2, to build confidence in vaccines by delivering facts and answer questions to anyone who might have one and have thorough answers. And 3, by ensuring that we reach everyone with an equitable response that as we enter this next phase. And to help us get there, we've added 2 new tools. One, Americans can go to vaccines.gov, or they can text their zip code to their zip code, text it to 438829. Let me say it again, 438829. And they'll get at least 3 locations near them with vaccines in stock at that moment. And at my direction, more than 20,000 pharmacies coast to coast are now offering walk-in vaccinations by no appointment necessary. And the governors, you all are stepping up to increase the availability of walk-in vaccinations as well. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, is shifting focus from larger vaccination sites to smaller community-based sites and mobile clinics to reach more people where they are. And we've recently made significant new investments around vaccine education, including funds to help states and community organizations get the word out on the local level. Just yesterday, the Food and Drug Administration expanded the emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine for children 12 to 15 years of age, 12 to 15. That means parents who want to protect their children, younger teens who want to get vaccinated. We're a step closer to that goal now. And today I'm also announcing additional steps to ensure that transportation is less of a barrier. From May 24th through July 4th, Uber and Lyft are both going to offer everyone free rides to and from vaccination sites. I think that is really stepping up. Both Uber and Lyft, free rides to, they'll wait, and from, they'll take you back home. And it makes it easy for students who will work with federal pharmacy partners to bring on campus vaccine sites to dozens of the nation's largest community colleges this summer. And I want to thank the governors here for making it easy as possible for students to get vaccinated. And finally, I'm announcing today that FEMA is making support available immediately for community vaccination outreach efforts. This will help states, tribes, territories, local governments, and community and faith-based organizations to make more progress on the ground. Things like phone banking, door-to-door canvassing, pop-up vaccination sites in workplaces and houses of worship. And so, once again, the governors in so many states, particularly the 6 that are here, have been essential partners in this effort. And they know it isn't about politics, it's about saving lives and livelihoods, rebuilding our economy and getting us back to our way of life. So it gets to have, the idea that we have 6 of the best governors who have worked on this with me today is really a pleasure. And all of you have done a remarkable job. And with your permission, I'd like to hear from you about the best practices and innovations that have worked for you, what you've learned across these 3 areas in improving access, building confidence, and ensuring equity. And I'd like to start by talking about improving access to vaccines. Governor Mills of Maine and Governor DeWine of Ohio, both of you have developed creative programs to meet people where they are. Governor Mills, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you, how are you reaching out to people and encourage them to get vaccinated, and what kind of success you have?
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for all you're doing to help us get shots